And Jim, how about the number of players the Eagles have used? The Eagles right now probably have the most depth I've seen in several years. And a lot of young players.
Key to that is whether you have the depth that you can use in the close games, you know? Can you count on these people? And that's why it's good to get them game action early. Because the more game action you have, the more likely you can help the team when it really counts.
But I know this is early in the season to talk about next year, but the Eagles are going to have a lot of those players back next year. And here we have the Norristown cheerleaders with seniors Elena Nelson, Raina Saladino, Travia Allen, Latoya Briscoe, and Shante Watson.
Norristown coming out with Lever, Jenkins, Carroll, Duwad Johnson, and Eddie Moore. 4 non-starters out on the floor along with Jimmy Lever. This is Johnson guarding Jenkins. Lead is back in. Jenkins on the move, loses the ball out of bounds. It's Lead, Stewart, McFarland, Johnson, and Parker. Ball goes to Parker. Parker launches the jumper. He's got it. 8 points for Doug Parker. 59-38 Norristown. It's a big hole that Downingtown has dug for itself here. There's Lever on the drive. Turns around with a jumper. He's got it.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see if Coach McGee ever goes to a zone with a lead like this.
Ball comes over. Stolen by Carroll. Carroll's got Jenkins down court. Lever, ball knocked away.
And foul.
Lead with a foul. That's his 3rd. It'll be Lever shooting 2. Lever is 2 for 2 on the foul line, getting ready. Jimmy has 18 points tonight, as does Lofton Thompson. Leading scorers for Norristown. Shots up, around, goes out. Lever will be ready with a 2nd. Lead 62-38 right now.
Norristown staying in the man-to-man.
Over to McFarland. Finds Stewart. Stewart looks underneath. Ball coming back.
That's John Bates on the bench with a blue shirt. To one of the assistant coaches. I think that is.
Okay, Lever with the ball for Norristown. Downingtown playing a man-to-man defense. And again, there's no way Downingtown has the quickness to stay with Norristown, particularly at this stage in the game. Jenkins back to Lever. We're down to 6:40 left in the game. Lead on Lever. Ball goes into Moore. Moore with a jumper. No. Rebound Stewart. Ball taken away. Damon Carroll. Carroll with his first 2 makes it 64-38. Eagles still putting up tough defense. Ball taken away by Johnson. Jenkins down to Lever. Ball blocked away by Elray Johnson on a strong defensive play.
Johnson, a very impressive ball player. They just don't have anybody with hands like Johnson to go with Johnson.
Here goes Lever. Jenkins on the drive, spins around, ball no good. Battle for the rebounds, controlled by McFarland. We're going to have a foul. That's Omar Jenkins' 3rd foul, team's 7th, which means we're in the 1-and-1.
The coach is telling Omar to calm down a little bit. They don't want a technical at this point in the game.
64-38 score. McFarland will be shooting 1-and-1. Norristown comes back with Thompson and Crutchfield, and Lever and Jenkins go out. A bigger Norristown team now. Farland no good.
Nice block.
Stewart with a rebound, blocked by Crutchfield. Here comes Thompson. Looks underneath, doesn't have his man, aiming for Crutchfield. Here comes Lead, up court for Downingtown. Lead on the dribble. Thompson playing him all over the court. Ball comes into Stewart. Stewart on the move, around, no good. Foul's going to be on Moore.
As I said before, Jim, Eddie Moore is only a sophomore.
It's Moore's second foul.
He's listed as 6 feet 6 tall. By senior year, maybe he'll grow to about 6'8".
Big question, Court, is will he play it as 6'8"? Sean Bradley is 7'6". I need to only remind you of that. Stewart with his 7th point. First foul shot made. Ready with the second one. Ball's up. No good. Battle for the boards. Comes off. Thompson almost loses it. Controls. Would have had a fast break, but Thompson couldn't get the handle on the ball. Finds Carroll. Carroll looks for the jumper. Doesn't have it. Now he does. Up. No good. Carroll really can get up, Frank.
Yeah. And he always looks to score. He gets the ball, he looks for a chance to score.
He is a broad jumper. I don't know whether he does the high jump, but he's an excellent broad jumper. And he may be the best broad jumper in the state this year, or close to it.
Of course, he was an outstanding football player. One of the best runners I've seen around here in a long time.
This is Stewart back to the line shooting. Shot is no good. Here comes Crutchfield. Crutchfield to Thompson. Thompson to Carroll. Carroll's going to be called for a walk. That's what happens when you drag that pivot foot trying to get that extra step.
Coach McGee hollering red, 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 whatever that means.
Here comes Lead.
Looks like maybe it's a man-to-man.
Lead over to Parker. Parker. Blocked by Moore. Johnson saves it, launches the three. No. Battle on the board. Duwad Johnson with a big rebound that time. There's a foul on Downingtown. Johnson moving down. Big, strong rebound by Duwad. You hate to see this disintegrate into a lot of fouls.
You know, Jim, I just can't get over the variety of shoes out there. You recall when we played, all 10 players out there would be wearing Chuck Taylor Converse All-Stars. It looks like a shoe store out there.
Yep, Thompson with his 19th. And his 20th.
Well, it's back to red.
68-41 Norristown lead with just under 5 minutes. Parker with a launch from the corner, no good. Ball's up in the guy wires. Coming down, Norristown will take it in.
Apparently red is play a half-court man-to-man.
Here's Thompson, ball almost stolen. Carroll controls, launches a jumper, no. Battle for the boards controlled by Lead. Lead on the move. Lead going all the way, loses the ball to Crutchfield. Crutchfield coming back with Johnson. Crutchfield on the drive. And we have a walk outside by the foul line. Jenkins coming in, replacing Damon Carroll for Norristown.
Jim, for the second game, Norristown is looking pretty good tonight. They're much farther along than they were at this point last year.
Parker fakes the shot on the move. Comes in, nothing there. Rebound by Stewart. He's got it. And that's 9 points for Josh Stewart. Here comes Jenkins back for Norristown. Over to Crutchfield. Crutchfield launches a three, no good. Eddie Moore, no. Here goes Parker.
Oh, the fans were wanted him to dunk it, and he wouldn't go for it. Even the Norristown fans wanted him to dunk it.
You make sure you make it. We've seen Norristown miss a couple of those in clutch situations. Crutchfield on the drive. Move, he's got it. Crutchfield with 15. Here comes Downingtown with a whole new team off the bench.
Yeah, I think Downingtown has thrown in the towel. We remind you fans that Friday night here in Norristown's gym, Norristown will be playing Penn Ridge, which is the first league game of the season.
Matty Lucas making his first appearance for Norristown. Alan Chmielewski ready to come off. He will be replacing Crutchfield. O'Donnell, number 43 for Downingtown. Sullivan with the ball. Sullivan gives it to Manning. And there's a foul on Jenkins, and a bad foul. That's his fourth personal. Here comes Chmielewski in. Moore, Lucas, Thompson, Jenkins, Chmielewski for Norristown. Manning 13. O'Donnell 43. Sullivan 31. Jones 55. And I think it's 24 Steck in for Downingtown. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, Norristown has run its margin to 70 to 25 in an impressive home opener for Norristown.
And against a Downingtown team that I think is a very competitive team. What they need is another good ball handler to go along with Johnson.
Rebound controlled by Moore, gives off to Jenkins. Jenkins on the move, driving. Shot no good. Battle, Chmielewski off the board. Moore with a rebound to start it. Norristown still putting pressure on. Here comes Sullivan. Matty Lucas with a still. 3-on-1. Matty turns over to Thompson. Thompson loses the ball.
Coach McGee telling Lucas to shoot the ball.
Matt was being very unselfish there.
Yeah, he was looking for the open man.
34, Steve Schmidt just replaced Steck.
And now, Jim, speaking of being unselfish, this team is quite a contrast to last year's team at this point in the season. I think that this team is playing with some really good teamwork.
Yeah, let's hope that they can keep it up. The real test is when you're in your first tight game. There goes Sullivan with a turnaround. He's got it. Joe Sullivan on the board at 72-48. Eagles with a big margin as we come down to the 2:30 margin. Omar Jenkins with the ball. Jenkins over to Chmielewski. Chmielewski with a jumper, in and out. Jenkins has the ball back. Jenkins jumper. Battle under the boards. Ball will go to Norristown. Here comes Damon Carroll. He's replacing Thompson. Thompson goes out, the leading Eagle scorer with 20 points tonight. Strong game for Lofton Thompson. There's Jones up. Jones gives over to O'Donnell. Jenkins battling with the ball on the steal. Jenkins on the move. He drives. He's got it.
Jim, that's the first time I remember Jenkins shooting tonight. Does he have any other points?
I think he had one other shot. This is Manning coming back. We're under 2 minutes. Manning on the drive. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan launches. He's got it. And Joe Sullivan has 4 for Downingtown. There's Jenkins.
And they love to see Omar score. I want to see if his foul shot's the same as last year.
That foul was on Schmidt, his first. Omar Jenkins be going to the line shooting 1.
No, it's not Omar.
No, it isn't. That means it's a 1-and-1 then. Matt Lucas with a chance to break into the scoring column. Eagles with a 26-point lead. Matty up. He's got it.
Isn't he a statistician last year?
He played for the JV.
Matt
Frank
Lucas.
reminds me that Matt was our statistician last year.
Last year he was our statistician for quite a few games.
Eagles, Frank, have put 10 players in the scoring column tonight. Lucas, the second shot, no good. Rebound comes to Sullivan. Sullivan on the dribble. He's on the drive, and there's the reach and foul by Lucas. You hate to see those at this time of the night, Frank. 1:38 left, Norristown with a 27-point lead. You know they have the game safely in hand.
Well, when those subs get in there, they want to impress the coach. For both teams, the subs are going to play as hard as they can play. They're going to really put out because they don't get in that often, many of them, and they really want to make an impression on the coach.
Sullivan misses both. Battle on the board. Chmielewski loses it out of bounds. Downingtown will retain possession under its own board. 1:37 left in the game. Sullivan with a shot, no good. Lucas with a big rebound, over to Jenkins.
I think a little walking there.
Omar needs to learn to pass the ball off at this time. All he's doing is looking for a shot.
Omar has the strangest pair of shoes I've ever seen. A three-pointer.
Manning with a three-pointer. He's got 4 at 77:53 as we come down to the minute mark. Josiah Perry getting ready to come back in for Norristown, but I'm not sure if he'll make it. Jenkins misses. Matty Lucas with a turnaround jumper, no. Rebound comes off for Schmidt. Manning on the break. Manning's going all the way. Finds Ian Jones. Shot is up, no good. Battle on the board. Betty Moore. Didn't see Carroll down court. Here comes Jenkins. Pass to Chmielewski. Around.
And Chmielewski scores.
Norristown 79-53. We're under 30. Manning. Here goes the drive. That's O'Donnell who's on the board. 11 players have gotten in the scoring column for Downingtown. Here goes Omar.
Omar gets,
Ball stolen
gets
away.
the ball stolen.
Shot is missed. There's Sullivan on the rebound. He's got it. The clock is running out, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 79-57.
And a very impressive game by Norristown early in the season, only their second game. And I think they're way ahead of where they were at this point last year. A team that showed a lot of teamwork, hustled when they had to. They were cold shooting in the first quarter. The shooting was rather cold. But the second half, they really came on. And Downingtown wasn't an easy opponent. I think Downingtown's going to have a pretty good season this year. I think they're going to go pretty far. And while Jim is getting ready for the stats, I want to remind you fans that the next Norristown game is here Friday night at 6 o'clock, followed by an afternoon game at William Tennant a week from tonight.
Final stats for the evening. For the visiting Whippets of Downingtown, their leading scorer with 12 points was L. Ray Johnson. John Stewart added 9, Brian McFarland had 8, Doug Parker had 8. Parker with 7 rebounds, McFarland with 6 rebounds, Stewart with 5 rebounds, leading in those departments. Eagles, 3 scorers really leading the way. Lofton Thompson with 20, Jimmy Lever with 18, Ty Crutchfield with 15. Reynolds Mason added 6, Perry with 4, Jenkins 4, DeWatt Johnson had 2, Damon Carroll 4, Chmielewski 2, Matty Lucas with 1, and Eddie Moore with 2. Rebounds, it was Ty Crutchfield and Reynolds Mason leading away as they did a very strong job off the board. And one figure that I want to point out, Frank, foul shooting, Norristown 12 for 18, 66%, which certainly in comparison with last year is something that should help us in the future. Whippets of Downingtown coming in outclassed. Eagles making a strong early season showing as they're getting ready for their league play. Some very strong tests coming up in the 2 weeks before Christmas vacation. Once again tonight here at the Norristown Area High School Gymnasium, It's the Eagles 79, the Whippets of Downingtown 57.